So I give
Yeah.
you four quick things for that also because I understand some people live in like Utah where there's like 20 feet of snow or something
Yeah.
like that, and going
Hmm.
outside isn't always available. Or you live in a projects
Yeah.
where it's dangerous to go
Right.
outside. So you talked about YouTube. Even watching, I watch a lot of 4K drone footage of nature, like even watching nature footage can be a nice substitute for being outside if you can't be outside. It's almost like taking vitamins or supplements, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't live off of it, but it'll work in the meantime, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is if when you're being social, and this is particularly for introverts, but when you're being social, one of the ways to also calm yourself down in a social situation is to notice the other person's eye color that you're talking to. And because what this does is a lot of times when you're introverted and you have like social anxiety, you're so in your head and you're like, who do I talk to? There's so much stimulation and you're kind of all over the place that when you notice a person's eye color, it locks you in and it you naturally become more present. So when you meet someone, shake their hand or give them a hug or whatever and take note of their eye color, like Jared, brown eyes, Dennis, blue eyes, Ari, green eyes, like whatever it
Hmm.
is, lock in their eye color, then you'll naturally feel a bit more, especially with women. It works every time. And she'll just be like, oh my God, I just feel like you just listened to me and you heard. Like it just, it's very calming immediately. The, um, the other two things I want to talk about is when I am social, like when we are grow, we go to a friend's house or something. I have a 90-minute time limit. I literally set my watch. I realize I can be social and I can be relaxed for 90 minutes. After that, I kind of become undone. I get restless, I get bored, I get anxious, upset. Like I'm not a good person to be around after the 90-minute mark. Now, for some people, it might be 2 hours. Other people it might be out, whatever. But for me, I've realized that like at the 90-minute mark, we gotta wrap things up. Even if I'm
Right.
feeling good, we gotta go. Unless we're like the Super Bowl's coming up. That's gonna be three
Yeah.
hours. Gonna go to a
Yeah.
friend's house. So I'll get there a little later, but that's the limit. Like when I was in college and I would go out to the nightclubs, I wouldn't go to the nightclubs until an hour before they closed. So like it would
Uh huh.
close at 2, I would get there at 1, and that's all the stimulation I needed. I didn't need to get there at 8 or when they opened up or whatever. Um, and then the last thing is touch. There when you are anxious or when you're overstimulated, there are moments where you'll notice like maybe your mom and your father will come in and put their hand on you to kind of relax you, and it makes you kind of like, don't touch me, I don't want to be whatever
Yeah.
that is. So in that moment, it's not that you don't want to be touched, it's that you'd rather be hugged or held, right? And so what happens is touching, like if somebody touches you like this or they're rubbing you, that can be too much stimulation for some people. But a hug, which is stationary, which is more still, can be soothing. And so I know this because when we look at people who struggle or have been diagnosed with autism, they very much respond to being held. That's why they put straitjackets on, people in psych wards. It seems evil, but there is science behind, like, a person needing to just be still or held. That's why being in your car can be relaxing because it doesn't make
Yeah.
room, it doesn't allow you to move around a lot. Um, and so to say, you know what, don't touch me, but can you hold me or can you just lay here next to me until I calm down? And so being able to communicate that.